Welcome everyone to this CELPIP Writing Part 2 Responding to Surveys Analysis. Now I'm just here in the Writing Part 2 section of the CELPIP Library. And before we get started, I do want to remind you that Writing Part 2 focuses more on CLB 7 or higher. What does that mean? Well, that means that if you need to get CLB 7 or higher, then you need to demonstrate your knowledge more in this part because you can, okay? Writing part 2 is giving your opinion or responding with your opinions and viewpoints about a more difficult topic than part 1, okay? The topic can be something that is more comprehensive or more difficult to understand. So higher levels need to have that kind of knowledge and information more than lower levels, okay? And also, in this part, you can demonstrate your language skills more because you can use higher level grammar structures and even higher level vocabulary than in part 1, okay? So CLB 7 or higher, you need to demonstrate your knowledge more in this part than in part 1. Now, for lower levels, this means that this question can be a little more complicated than part 1, and it can be more difficult to understand some of the vocabulary or to have some of the knowledge that you require to answer this question more than in part 1. For that reason, if you don't do so well in part 2, let's say you don't write many words or you just write a few words, can you still get 5 or 6? Yes, absolutely. Because part 1 is the part where lower levels can show more their knowledge. Okay? So lower levels, don't worry if we don't respond so strongly in this part, because part 2 is not so important for CLB 4, 5, or 6. Okay, great. I hope that was clear. Also, I want to remind you about our Writing Part 2 Survey Response Tips and Strategies video, okay? This video will give you some more strategies or tips that you can use for understanding the question, for what ideas you can express, for how you can construct your answer, okay? What kind of language to use. Some of the tips and strategies that I will be using, and I will be mentioning a few of those, but this video is full details, okay? Provides full details of that information. So I will leave a link in the description box to that video. Okay, so now let's get started with today's analysis called City Fees Survey. Great. So now everyone, you will notice that here in the front page, we have two options, CLB 5, 6 or CLB 7, 9. Okay, so based on the level that you need, you can choose which one of those you would like, okay? Which level is better for you. So also you will notice that both of these samples include vocabulary building. Now, vocabulary building is great for building your vocabulary for all levels, okay? Now, this section includes some vocabulary words that we can use in this sample, the meanings, synonyms, antonyms, and then more importantly, it has this great exercise where you read the sentence, okay? You read the sentence here, and you choose one word from the list to put in this sentence, to complete it. Great exercise, okay, to improve your vocabulary. Then we have this great sentence building exercise, okay? So depending on your level, it's different, but sentence building for 7-9, we can see here that it's trying to teach us about using since, okay? And how we can connect two sentences using since. Great for sentence structure. And after that, we have this great exercise where you need to complete the sentence by using since with one of these reason clauses. Great exercise for building sentence structure. Okay, and then everyone, we have our question for the day. Okay. Also, before we get started with that, I do want to remind you about the writing part 2 tips and strategies, or I'm just going to focus on a few that I think are very important, okay? And the first one for that is, well, very important to know about what is required for part 2, okay? All right. And basically, the ones that I think are very important are, well, about our sentence construction and grammar. Very important for whatever level you need, but if you need a higher level, basically what we don't want to do is make any simple errors here in this part. And we want to try to use some higher level grammar knowledge. And I'm going to try and do that today, okay? And then for lower levels, basically we should try not to make many mistakes in general, okay? Also, very important about providing a complete response, responding to all the parts, okay? And of course, the more language that you can use, the better, all right? And for that, using the correct tone, paragraphing, and sequencing is very important, okay? So for that reason, usually in the survey response, our email tone, usually it's semi-formal, but sometimes it's formal. What's the difference? Well, the only difference is that in formal, we don't usually use contractions, okay? Or we don't use that much informal expression, okay? And the language is more academic. So in semi-formal, we can use contractions, all right, or short form, and we can use some more informal language. And so that's about tone. The last part is how are we going to structure our survey, okay? And basically you can see we are going to need 4 to 5 paragraphs, okay? And here in each paragraph, you can see what we're going to do for each paragraph. And then using some great sequencing language. Okay, everyone? Now, I will talk about that more clearly in the sample lesson. Okay? So then, everyone, the last thing that I will mention is that we need to try to keep our word count between 150 to 200 words. That is for the maximum, okay? But you can write a few more words than 200 as long as it's a few, okay? And also you can write less than 150 for lower levels. Lower levels, maybe 130, 140, that's okay. Or actually for 4, 5, and 6, you can write even 100 words. It's okay, as long as it's clear. Okay? All right. So for higher levels, it's not really about, of course, even if you wrote 300 or 400 words, it's not really, the word count is not important. It's about expressing the ideas correctly. Okay, everyone, then let's get started with today's question analysis. So then, everyone, here we are with our survey question. Okay, again, this is a city fee survey, and we have 26 minutes to write it. Okay, and so let's make sure we read the question slowly and clearly. Okay, the city would like to collect more funds for some of its services. So, more funds. The city wants to collect more funds. Funds, money, more money. Funds means money for some service. Funds for some of its services, maybe for healthcare, maybe for road services, maybe for garbage services. The city has many services, okay? So they want to collect more. However, but there are many different opinions. So many different people have different ideas, opinions, ideas about which ways to collect fees could be the best for the citizens. So, which way to collect fees? So, how can we collect the fees? Which one is the best? Okay. So, two proposals or two plans or two ideas. There are two main ideas. Okay. Okay. What are the two ideas? Okay. So, option A, toll gate fees. A fee will be placed for users of major roads which are not residents of the city. For example, truck drivers, travelers. So, a fee, a cost when you use the major roads or highways. So, there will be a fee or a cost for people who are not residents of the city. For example, truck drivers and travelers. So when people use the highways, they will have some fee to pay. Okay, so that's one way to collect fees, one way to collect more funds. That is one way. Okay, what is option B? Waste fees. Waste fees. Penalties will be placed on residents which do not recycle, and higher fees will be placed on disposal of furniture, electronics, and other large items. So, waste is like garbage, okay? But here it says there will be penalties or some kind of ticket. You pay extra for people or residents who do not recycle. So if you don't recycle, then you have to pay a penalty. Okay? And also, higher fees or more costs will be put on disposal of furniture. So when you throw out furniture, when you put in the garbage, disposal, put in the garbage, furniture, sofas, tables, electronics, and other large items, when you throw those in the garbage, there will be, you have to pay extra. Well, in Canada, we have to pay to throw out that kind of garbage. We can't throw it out in the garbage. We have to go to the special place, throw it in the garbage, but we have to pay for that. So, which one is better? So it says right here, there is no wrong choice. Whatever you think is better, that's correct. If you think A is better, then that's good. If you think B is better, then that's good. So the most important is that you need to explain why you think it's good. Okay? And I think this one is good because, well, I think the best is that the city residents don't pay anything. It's only for non residents, not residents. And also, I think this one is good because people need to recycle and we need to recycle more. So you see, both are good. I think you should write whatever you think is easier for you. Okay? Okay, then, everyone, let's get to our writing. And I've already put here, everyone, I've already put here the structure that we will need. Greeting, first reason, second reason, closing. We need 4 paragraphs. And let's start off with the greeting, who we're writing, okay? Dear City of Edmonton, to start, I'm so grateful to be part of this city fee survey for our city services. Very good. We're writing to the City of Edmonton. Okay? Whatever city you live in, you can write to them. Dear City of Vancouver, dear City of Calgary, another city here. Whatever city it is. Okay? So that's good. Also, everyone, this one is like a formal, so we can say to whom it may concern. That's okay to say as well. Because we're not sure exactly who we are writing. So we can say to whom it may concern also. I want to remind you that the blue is structure. Okay, everyone? Blue is structure. Means we can use that all the time. And also, this black is just other important words. Okay, so that's who we're writing. Now, which option do you choose? Which option, A or B? Okay, so in my opinion, option A, tollgate fees, would be much more beneficial for collecting funds. So option A, tollgate fees. Option A, collecting funds. Collecting funds. So it's very good to use the information in the question for your writing. It's very good. This is where you can get the ideas, everyone. Okay. So very good. Okay. Who we're writing and which option we think is better for this reason. Okay. So now let's get to the first reason and first idea. What could it be? Let's see. First and most importantly, I think this option would be more convenient for the city residents because they don't have to pay the fees. Okay, convenient, better way, easier way, just means better, better to do. So we're saying it's convenient for the city residents. Why is it convenient? Why? Because we don't have to pay the fees. Very good. We don't have to pay, so it's better. Very good. So everyone, here I have red. Red is the main grammar forms. See here, this is simple modal. Don't have to. Have to. Don't, do not. Okay, very good. Now, everyone, I gave the idea so I can give an example or I can explain. Let's see what I'm going to do. So I'm explaining. This would be good because the city residents don't want high taxes and fees for services. Very good. That's true. The city residents we don't want high taxes and fees. We don't want to pay more. Okay? We don't want to pay. So, very good, everyone. Very good. So, we gave an idea. It's more convenient. And then we said, why is that good? We don't have to pay. Okay, very good, everyone. So that was our first reason. Now let's get to another reason. What could be another reason? Let's see. Another important reason is that many travelers and truck drivers use the highways to drive through the city. Mhm. Many travelers and truck drivers, they use the highways. Good. Yes, they use the highways to drive through the city. So you're going from one place to another place. So you use the highway and you go through the city. Go all of it. Drive through all of it. So that's very good. So that's really good. Why is it good? So we need to explain or exemplify. So let's explain. Therefore, we can collect much money from their toll fees. Okay. So many travelers, they use the highways. So we can collect. That's a very good reason as well. We can collect from their fees. If many travelers and truck drivers use the highways, we can collect much money or more money because they will pay more. So very good, everyone. Very good. We gave two good reasons here. Okay. Now we can get to the closing. Let's get to the closing. Say your opinion again. Overall, I strongly support the idea of having toll gate fees because it would be more suitable for our city residents. So, this one, we support this idea. Very good. We support toll gate fees. We support it. Why? Because it's more suitable, or it's just because it's better. Suitable, better for you. In here, better for our city residents. Okay, very good. We said our opinion again, and now we have the signature. Thank you for your attention, and I hope my opinion will be of value to you. Sincerely, first, last, 150 words. First name, last name. So, very good survey response, everyone. Very good. We wrote 150 words. We wrote 150 words. Okay. With lots of good organization. Wow, very good organization. Okay. Very good organization. And we used some good ideas. We said it's more convenient. The city residents don't have to pay. And we said many people use the highway, so we can collect more. And that's why we support it. So, 150 words, very good structure, very good ideas, not lots of errors or no errors. Everyone, this one, even this one, can be 7. Yes, it can. If you can write with very good organization and no simple errors, 7. Okay. Now, CLB 6, they give these good ideas, but they don't organize so well. And also CLB 6, they make expression errors in the sentence structure, and they make some simple grammar errors. Okay? CLB 5, less words, more errors. CLB 5, 130 words. That's okay. It's very important for CLB 5, very important to be clear, to explain things clearly. Not about the words, okay? It's just explaining clearly for CLB 5, okay? But CLB 5 has more errors in grammar and also in expression, okay? So then everyone, to practice, what do we want to do? Well, to practice, we need to read it. Let's read it sentence by sentence. Let's remember, this was a city fee survey. The city wants to collect more funds for its services, but they're not sure which option is better. This option A, tollgate fees. People that use the highways will have to pay some fees, or waste fees. People that don't recycle get a penalty, and you pay more to recycle some items like furniture and electronics. Okay, so that was the question. Both options are good. We chose option A. Okay, we said, Dear City of Edmonton, to start, I'm so grateful to be part of the city fee survey for our city residents. In my opinion, option A, tollgate fees, would be much more beneficial for collecting funds. Very good, everyone. We want to read. We want to read sentence by sentence, and we want to understand the structure and the expression of ideas, okay? That's what we do. We get to the first reason, first idea. First and most importantly, I think this option would be more convenient for the city residents because they don't have to pay the fees. Okay? It's very good, convenient for the city residents because they don't have to pay the fees. Truck drivers and travelers have to pay the fees. Let's explain and exemplify. This would be good because the city residents don't want high taxes and fees for services. Good. Very good idea. Again, everyone, don't forget the blue is structure. We need to know structure. The red is main grammar forms. Here, the grammar form, simple modal, don't have to. And then here, simple present, don't want. Second reason, what is it? Another important reason is that many travelers and truck drivers use the highways to drive through the city. Very good idea. So many travelers and truck drivers use the highways. So why is that important? Well, therefore, we can collect much money from their toll fees. Great. So many people use it, so we can collect more. Okay. Simple modal, can collect. So closing, let's say our opinion again. Overall, I strongly support the idea of having tollgate fees because it would be more suitable for our city residents, more suitable. So we support that one because it's better, more suitable. And then, thank you for your attention, and I hope my opinion will be of value to you. Sincerely, First Last. Great, everyone. So again, read it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Let's read it and understand the language. Okay? And then let's type it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. And then last, everyone, let's test ourselves. Can you write it? Can you write the example in 26 minutes? Can you write it? If you can, then you're this level. For that, everyone, I will be leaving a link in the description box to our sample lesson, okay? And here you will see the CLB sample 5-6, okay? And over here will be our question. There's our question. You can read it and type it out. Okay, everyone, very good practice. And also, what about vocabulary building? Very important for lower levels. This vocabulary exercise is great for building your vocabulary, okay? And also, sentence building. This sentence building exercise is excellent for you to improve your sentence structure. So then, everyone, let's not forget about CELPIP Library. CELPIP Library has over 60 examples of writing part 2. And all these examples will help you improve your writing part 2 knowledge and structure and language. So I strongly recommend subscribing to the CELPIP Library. And right now, with discount code CELPIP79, again, discount code CELPIP79, you can get a 3-month subscription for only $10.99 Canadian. That's a great deal, everyone, and I strongly recommend it. Don't forget, practice makes perfect.